There's not one guy, one person in the history of this program that's bigger than the program.
Welcome to the Program Guyz Positional Preview Podcast. I am your host on this mini journey we are taking together through Oklahoma's 2023 roster. Mark Hall, Program Guy, joined by today the illustrious host of the show, the Program Guyz Podcast. It's Mason Prince.
Boys is boys and ladies, how we doing? Program Guyz preview positional preview podcast as a mouthful, and you crushed it. I mean, I don't know how many of these you've done already, but like it was quite smooth.
Handful. Thank you. No one else has even acknowledged.
That's because they don't know the game. They don't know the host game, bro. They don't get it.
I'm not doing it for this
myself.
Life.
Yeah,
I don't do it for myself, man. I do it for the wealth, and that's what I'm trying to do here. If you're here, you know what we're doing already. We're going through every position by position. We're taking a quick look at what happened in 22 for the Oklahoma Sooners. A quick, not as quick look at the 2023 place, and we'll conclude. And that's going to be kind of the game plan there. You can always follow us on all of our social media at Program Guyz with a Z. If you can't find it there, hit the search bar, Program Guyz with a Z. I promise you it's something close to that. You can like and subscribe on YouTube. You can get us on Facebook, Spotify, everywhere. And you absolutely need to be going to programguyz.com. That's where you're going to find all of the content that we're pushing out. Videos are going to be pushed there. Audio is going to be pushed there. We're writing content these days, and it's all going to be there. It won't be anywhere else. So go hit up programguyz.com and let us know what you think about the site. Mason,
brother,
we're talking linebackers.
We are.
And I had to have you on because no one has more opinions on one of these linebackers than Mason Prince. So
I hate that. I hate that it's my shtick, but it is, right? Like, I'm labeled as the Danny Stutzman hater, and I really don't want to be. I feel like it's just my job to call a spade a spade. Like, right. And we're going to get into it, but like, we expect the world from Danny Stutzman because everyone tells us we should. And then when I feel as though he doesn't hit that mark, I'm a hater. But I'm just calling it like I see it.
And this is all right. This is going to be us getting into it on Danny. This is going to be us getting into it on Danny because you watch him on 8 out of 10 plays and he looks like the best player on the field, man.
Agreed.
He's faster than everyone. He's 6'4", 240. That's freak-like. That's not normal.
He's a unit.
Alex Grinch got that guy in the building. And he just looked like an incredible player on those 8 out of 10 plays. Your Danny Stutzman hater passion comes from the other two, man.
Exactly.
It's just he's out of position. He lines up incorrectly. He runs the wrong way because he bites on a fake. It was good enough to lead the Big 12 in tackles. Yes. Which is really something. That's not an accident.
And that's the stat everyone throws at me to say, how can you be anti-Danny Stutzman? And again, I'm not anti-Danny Stutzman. How can you be an OU fan and be anti-anybody on this team? You obviously want everyone to be the best that they can be. I am of the belief that Danny has way more in him. So you look back at 2022, you see what Danny does. And those 2 plays out of the 10 that you mentioned are what is so rough about Danny. If you watch, he got better towards the end of the season. I'll give him credit. He grew and he got better in the system. Credit where credit's due. There's a reason you lead the team in Big 12 in tackles when you do that. But if you watch the beginning of the season, really through the Texas game, it was blatantly obvious he did not know what he was doing at least 30 to 35% of the time. Just misaligned, hitting the wrong gap, filling the wrong gap. It just didn't look good, and it didn't look sharp from the guy that you needed to be your number 1 defensive leader, number 2 leader in the linebacker room. It It's just not good enough. OU fans know what it takes to be good at linebacker in a Brent Venables system. You've seen Teddy Lehman. You've seen Rocky Calmus. You've seen what it takes to be not only a Bednarik or Lombardi Award winner. Can't remember which one's the linebacker one. I think it's Bednarik. I can't remember.
Keep going. I'll look it up.
Yeah, look it up. But they know what it takes. They know what is expected of the play caller, the linebacker on the field at all times. And Danny has it in him. We saw it last year. We know he does. It's the inconsistency of those 2 out of the 10 plays that just eat you alive, because Danny's mistakes weren't just like, shucks, 5-yard game. They were mistakes that led to first downs in crucial situations.
I'm overrunning a guy and he cuts by me, and that's 15 yards.
Yeah. Exactly. That's my beef with Danny. And by all accounts, he's gotten better this offseason. So looking forward to what 2023 has in store for him, but we'll get there in a little bit.
It's really interesting because, like, of course he did play well. There's nothing like, you're not going to say over the course of the year, we got a negative Danny Stutzman season. He was very good. But a year older, a year in the system, well, hopefully we're seeing a little bit more. I do want to round out with 2 more guys from the 2022 season.
Please do.
Just to kind of set the scene a little bit. David Agwebu. We loved him. Probably best that he has moved on.
I think we all agreed.
Yeah. He's more he was the vocal leader on the defense. I believe he was calling the plays, and never came off the field. Never came off the field. Him and Danny both were Iron Men out there. And I think he probably played about as well as you could have expected David Agwebu to play. But there's a reason he's playing defensive end at Houston now.
100%.
His abilities in pass coverage leave a lot to be desired. And now you're putting Danny and someone else out there. That's going to be a nice little piece up there. And also Jaren Kanak, man. He played as a freshman. After a short stint at Cheetah, he moved to the Mike Backer position next to Danny at times and just looked awesome.
I really think that's the position for him, man. I know a lot of guys coming to OU, and a lot of guys are promised the Cheetah position and stuff, or looked at the Cheetah position. You look at Jaren and you look at his body type and you look at just him in general. He's a middle linebacker, man. He's a linebacker. He needs to be. And he's so athletic. We saw it last year. I get why you give him looks at Cheetah. I understand that. But I think last year we learned, okay, this guy's a linebacker, and we need to start molding him in his sophomore season as the future of this defense. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, and that gets into let's now that we've hit those guys, let's run right into 2023 on this. I think Danny Stutzman's going to explode this season. I think like I was getting another year into the system, another year with Brent Venables in your ear all off season. They've got Skowski in there, the old Clemson guy. You know he's screaming at him. And the physicality and the athleticism that we saw last season, the mental is going to catch up this season, I believe. And that's going to have such a broad effect on the defense. You're no longer going to have those 2 plays. Danny's going to be where he needs to be, and that's going to make everyone else's job a lot easier. What do you think about 2023, Danny Stutzman?
So you made the point that David Agwebu last year was the real vocal leader of that defense, and I completely agree with you. You look at, and I know social media and Twitter isn't really a real place, but by all accounts and what we hear in meetings and what we hear in press availabilities and all that stuff, Danny is the vocal leader of this defense now. He's stepped up and he's the voice of that defense. He is taking it in full stride. I'm the guy. I'm the dude ready for it all. And I respect that.
Seems like he's figured it out.
Yes, 100%. And the physical tools were never the issue with Danny, right? Like you said, 6'4", he's a big body, he's fast, he's strong. The physical tools are never the issue. It was the mental side and the play recognition side of that defense that he needed to do. A year in the system, a full season, a full off season, people. Remember, Brent didn't come in with a full off. He came in, January into January, kind of like it's not normal. Like it wasn't end of January because he was there for the bowl game. So it was
It
kind
does
of
night and day,
yeah.
though. Night
Yes,
and day
for sure.
difference
For sure.
between all of the linebackers and linebackers specifically, man. Brent Venables is a linebacker guy. All
Yeah.
of their experience last year, and now having a full year with that dude being your
Mhm.
daddy in the
Yeah.
position room.
Yeah.
It night and day difference. And another player who's going to benefit from that. He lives with Danny Stutzman, Jaren Kanak.
Yeah.
That's osmosis, man. That's just hanging out with a guy, and every time you have a question, you can just throw it at him.
Yeah.
Danny didn't have that last year. David Agrebu was great. He was learning the defense too. It's all different at this point in the game. And I totally agree with you. Jaren Kanak's a linebacker. He's not
Yeah.
playing Cheetah. That's unless people get hurt, that's over. That ship
But
sailed, baby.
folks, if you haven't, go look up some practice videos of Jaren Kanak and Pads right now playing linebacker. The dude's a linebacker. Okay. He's a unit and he's going to be very, very good. I expect a lot out of Jaren this year. I think he'll improve. We saw the freshman mistakes from Jaren at times last year. That's why he didn't see the field as much as some people would have liked to see him.
Right.
Right. I think that's been fixed, and I think he'll be ready to go for his sophomore year.
Brent Venables had reservations about putting him out there last year. We saw that. Now he's the same age as Danny Stutzman was last year when he damn near led the Big 12 at snaps. So there's space to put more on his shoulders. The thing I love about Jaren, man, David Agwebu's tall. And that's a good thing, right? He's 6'4", 250. Jaren Kanak is a stout 6'2", 232.
Yeah.
And he moves like he's even lighter than that.
100%.
If he's getting that mental right, the way that we're thinking Danny Stutzman will, he should explode. He should explode also. Here's the thing to me. In the spring, we weren't hearing about Jaren Kanak in practice. We were hearing about Kobe McKenzie in practice.
We were.
Kobe McKenzie came in day one as I guess he's a redshirt freshman, so not day one. But in spring ball last year, 6'2", 241, and was looking like the hardest hitting player on the field. Is there a world to you? You know what? Let me continue with this and then I'll throw it at you.
Yeah.
In the offseason, Brent Venables goes out and gets transfer portal addition Connor Neer. This is a fifth-year senior. He's not coming here to not play,
100%.
right?
Yeah.
Is there a world to you where either we start the season or we get to a point in the season and you see either of those guys, Connor Neer or Kobe McKenzie, overtaking Jaren Kanak? Because no one's predicting Jaren Kanak will play poorly, right? But if he has 3 or 4 of those Danny Stutzman inconsistent plays instead of 2, we have depth now. That's sort of my thinking with it is Brent's got a shorter leash on all of these guys now. What do you think?
So I think the first 2 games of this campaign are going to tell us a lot about the linebacker room. Not so much Danny, but really, like you just said, about those 3 guys, because you're going to get playtime. You're going to get opportunities on the field, and what you do with those opportunities are going to dictate the rest of the season. Like if Jaren goes out there and it's kind of slowly developing for him and it's not as quick response as it should be. Folks, I'm so excited about Kobe McKenzie. I was excited when he signed. I'm beyond pumped to see Kobe McKenzie on the field because I think he's going to see the field and see a lot of it. I really do. I think there's going to be points where you're rotating Kobe and Jaren at times, maybe not 50-50, but 60-40. Like, and maybe you get Kobe in on a 3rd down and you need a big 3rd down stop, some fresh legs, and you get Kobe in there. I'm really excited about Kobe, man. I don't know what it is, but I just feel it's his time to step up. We've heard the coaches sing his praises We know that they want to see him succeed. And when your coaches want to see you succeed, that has such an effect on a player and on their psyche and their mental ability to be in the game and be engaged, even when you're not playing. You can stay engaged and stay sharp, stay mentally sharp. So when it is your time, you're ready. You're born ready.
And man, I like that you brought up rotating these guys because you can almost do it platoon style.
You could
You just Danny Sussman, Jaron Kanik, they come off the field, Kobe McKenzie and Connor Neer run on the field.
100%.
And you don't skip a beat.
No.
Last year, who were we throwing out there, man? After Roof got hurt at the beginning of the season,
Man,
we lost that. We didn't have that. This season, that's Connor Neer, and he's not hurt yet. Thank God.
No. Yeah. Thank God.
Haven't gotten into him too much, but he's a fifth-year transfer from Ferris State, two-time national championship winner at that level. They brought him in to be a leader, man. They brought him in to be the adult in the room, and to whatever degree Danny isn't covering those spots now, Connor Neer will. I'm very high on the possibility that he is just really playing football for us. He's 6'1", 232, almost exactly what Jaron Kanik is, and he's a grown man.
Yeah.
Like, even Danny Stutzman is not a grown man in the way this guy's a grown man.
Well, yeah, so, he's like 24 or something. He's got to be like 20, 23, 24.
Be, right?
Yeah.
Older than us.
Like, yeah. I'm 31. He graduated before me.
Oh, it doesn't even say.
It's all right. It doesn't
just
matter.
says redshirt senior. Who does that? They probably asked him to hide it.
Redshirt senior, do the math. He's at least 23. Okay.
Yeah, he's a little bit older.
Yeah, for sure.
But he's not coming in here to sit, man. And that depth we have, competitive depth. I hate how much the coaches are saying it, but it is the thing that is going to take this unit to the next level. There's a few guys that just for whatever reason, who knows, right? Everyone's talking big game about Kip Lewis coming in. Same thing with Desan McCullough is tough. We discussed this before the show. I'm gonna get into Desan McCullough on the Cheetah podcast a lot more. I think that even though he's gonna be lining up at linebacker, that Cheetah spot is basically just a Sam linebacker that Brent Venables is more imaginative with. So I'll hit on him a little harder there. But Lewis Carter is another one. Lewis Carter might be the strongest guy in the room.
I really want to see. I just want to see Lewis Carter at some point this year. I want to see him on the field just to know what's there. Like, I understand he's a true freshman and he may not be ready to get a lot of snaps out there, but God willing, you're beating the tar out of SMU or something. Maybe you get him in there for a little bit. Because, folks, I don't know about you, but I know Mark is this way. But I really enjoy when we are kicking the crap out of people and you do get to see the competitive depth. You do get to see the guys who you're like intrigued by. You get to like look at them and be like, okay, they might be a dude. Like, not this year, but like 2 years in a year, they could be a dude. I have a feeling that Lewis Carter's that guy, man. I was so excited when he signed. I'd love to see him. I don't know when, I don't know where. Hopefully we see him in 11 games this year because we're beating everybody by 40, but I don't know.
I love that. Yeah, that would be the best move, right?
Yeah.
So two more I want to hit on a little bit in depth, and then we can just kind of round out with some names because the listeners know, baby, every single name at the position is getting mentioned. And a lot of them won't do anything, but I'm going to list them all.
That's right.
So there's two more. We've got both freshmen. So might be future looking in some ways, but Sammy Omosigho, man. That dude wanted, like, we have so many young guys that are kind of like Sammy, like Lewis Carter, like the next guy I want to talk about, Phil Picciotti, that show up as men. And Jerry Schmidt's just got to mold it a little bit. I'd love to see Sammy get some real playing time past in those instances, like you're saying, where, hey, we're up 40, and now Samuel Omosigho's in. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And I just think that would be fantastic. Last, if I give you one guess, who's the heaviest linebacker on the roster? Who
Oh
would you think?
man. I would you would think it would be Danny, but it's obviously not. So who is it?
Phil Picciotti.
Oh, that's who I wanted to mention.
There's
That's a
no
guy.
way, right?
There's no way. But so I'm excited about Phil because he comes from Pennsylvania. Like he went to IMG or something like that. So
Yeah, he went to IMG.
yeah, so he's from Pennsylvania though, and that's just a football guy, right? That's a Northeast hard-nosed football guy. Yeah, you went to IMG and played in Florida and played all those IMG games. I get it, but
The
like,
best in the world go to
yeah,
IMG. That's a good
yeah,
thing.
yeah. But I can't wait. Like, I want Phil to come in here and just be an asshole. I want him to come out and just nobody likes him, but he's on the field and you know he's going to do something. Maybe start a fight. I don't know. I don't know his temperament. He's probably not that way, but you hear his name and you see that he's from Pennsylvania. That's all I really want.
Picciotti.
Yeah, that's all I want, man.
What I want for Phil to do is to really, really watch those serving sizes because my guy is going to be playing the 3 tech if he keeps growing this way. And
Dude.
Todd Bates will cook, man.
Oh,
But
yeah.
Phil, my man, you're already number 50.
What is he
You
weighing?
are 6'3", 242.
Oh, yeah, that's a unit. Yeah.
He
Okay.
came in bigger than Danny Stutzman.
Dude, that's crazy. Miguel Chavis is like, come here, let me talk to you. He's like, come here, let's talk for a second.
Young man.
Yeah.
Young man.
Gosh, dude.
But he's gonna be he's a monster. Just physically a monster. You don't see guys show up with that size and that ability to just lay the wood. And I hope we keep saying it, man. I hope we see all of these guys play. We have like 4 freshmen that I would love to see a ton of. And now I'm gonna name some names.
Okay.
And then we'll just go through the names. One I actually do really like is freshman Taylor Heim. He comes in at 6'6", 202. If he's not a redshirt candidate, I don't know what a redshirt candidate is anymore.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But I also think that kind of size, he could end up at linebacker. He could end up at defensive end. He could end up anywhere on the field. I really like that kind of versatility. Any thoughts on Taylor?
He's a redshirt candidate for sure. If he can catch a pass, maybe Joe John Finley can talk to him about playing tight end.
Oh my God, yeah. Someone needs to.
Yeah, right. Oh God, have you guys done tight end yet? Jeez.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, go.
We did. It was fun.
How was that one? Probably not fun, right?
Well, you know how everyone like at the tight end position, you're just like, yeah, maybe that guy.
It's just
and you come to reasons for it, right? But
yeah,
it's very different from this position where we look at Taylor Heim and we're like, yo, let's get him on the field elsewhere.
I know, yeah.
We're not doing that with
we're like
guys.
We're 8 dudes deep right now saying like I'd love to see them play. And like you're like pulling teeth to see the tight ends play. You're like, do I have to? Can we run 5 wide and just do that? But that's okay.
We give a soliloquy about a freshman who won't play. Look, if I could have 11 Phil Picciotis.
Yeah. Exactly.
But all right. Keep running through names. River Faulkner is a 5'10", 193-pound freshman.
Special teams all-star.
Practice squad all-star.
Sure.
Practice squad all-star from Heritage Hall High School. Guarantee he was a star at Heritage Hall. And
guarantee.
Brent Venables knows how to throw people a bone.
See other people playing checkers while BV's playing chess. That guy's talking to Andy Bass every day. You know what I mean?
Like, yes, he's actually doing that.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, Andy, come play linebacker, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, finally, I'm really just going to run through them. Owen Heineke, 6'2", 218, transfer from Ohio State, actually, but he's a Tulsa kid. Have you heard of him, Mason?
No, I haven't. Where did it say where he go to high school?
No, it just says Tulsa. Why wouldn't you put that on here? Come on, OU roster.
Weird.
Reed DeQuazy, 6'1", 191 freshman. Kyle Carson, 6'3", 195 freshman. I feel like I just listed 4 dudes who, unless you put on 25 more pounds,
Yeah.
you're not even playing special teams.
Nah.
So it's very cool to get to be an Oklahoma Sooner.
For
and
sure.
we thank you for your contributions to the team in every way you contribute.
100%.
It just might not be on the field.
Exactly.
Mason,
Brother.
any final words on the linebacker position heading into the 2023 season? If there's anything we haven't hit on, let's hit on it. If you got some concluding thoughts, I would love to hear those.
So we all know how important the defensive line is. Your pressure and owning the trenches up front it dictates how well your defense does, point blank, period. On the back end of your defense, you know how important the secondary is. Those guys are got to be able to make plays, all of that stuff. These linebackers their job is so important for getting these guys on the field in the position they need to be ready to go. They are the coaches on the field. They have to be the most cerebral players on the field. They have to know what they're doing, where everyone's going to be, at what time. They have to read running backs. They have to read quarterbacks. They have to know if receivers coming across their face. They got to know zone coverage. They got to know man coverage. They got to watch the tight ends. They have to do so many things besides just cover or just rush. Their job is so important, and I think that we have the guys in the right position to do it. It's really just going to be about they have all the physical skill sets they need. BV and company know how to recruit. They know how to develop these guys, how to put them in the weight room. It's really just going to be about how mentally sharp they can be, and they can go as far as they want to go.
Totally agree. I think, like I said, you're going to see an even better Danny Stutzman. I'm truly thinking Butt Kiss Award winner. That's the one that goes to linebackers.
Kiss. I didn't even say that.
Yeah, I know. It's great. Bednarik goes to just the best defensive player.
That's right.
Why did we pick 2 players that both played linebacker with B last names to do that?
No idea.
Absurd. I think he's a true Butt Kiss candidate this season. I think you're going to see basically everything that Brent Venables wants from a middle linebacker out of Danny Stutzman this year. That's what I think you're going to see. I think Jaren Kanak is a star in the making. We all saw the athleticism last year, and you just got to hope that he's able to limit the mental mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Brent Venables said last season he doesn't even know how to play linebacker yet.
Yeah.
There's just a lot to learn within the defense. And if anything goes south there with either of those 2 guys, the depth with guys like Connor Neer and Kobe McKenzie are there. And it's like you're saying, the talent is there. The physical skills are there. And we believe the coaching has been there.
Yeah.
I think this is the best school in the country to go to be coached at linebacker.
I agree.
Let's see it on the field. Because Danny had a good year last year. I want to see him have a transcendent season this year.
Yeah.
And these other guys will fill in around that in a really special way if he's able to lead that defense that way. Please go.
The last point I have about Jaren, you just reminded me. Folks, remember last year, he was trying to learn how to play linebacker while also trying to learn how to play cheetah. Now all he's doing is having to worry about being a linebacker. You cannot underestimate what that will do for his psyche and his mental well-being, that he's not trying to learn 2 positions anymore. He's just trying to focus on one. I think that's going to be massive.
The difference in playing 3 or 4 yards from the line of scrimmage and lining up all the way out there in space.
Yeah.
They're just different. They're just different. You're basically a nickel corner in some scenarios.
Agreed.
And I like Jaren a lot. He should be lined up on tight ends and running backs, not shifty slot receivers. That's just football. So really high on the position, man. It sounds like you are too. I think we're going to see a ton of improvement out of the position, and that will wrap us up for the Program Guys Positional Preview Podcast linebacker episode.
Crush it again.
Yeah, dude, I'm on this one. If you're liking what you're hearing, please like and subscribe. Share with a friend. We only get bigger if you share by word of mouth. That's the only way that the program improves. Let us know what you're thinking. Hit us in the comment section. I want to know every single thing you're thinking. head on over to programguyz.com and read the piece that we're going to drop alongside this. There's a lot of work going into these by me, and I would love if you guys would read and reach out with feedback, man. There's no comment section on the website. We're going to work on that. We're going to figure it out. That's a timing thing, guys.
Sure.
Follow us on all our socials at Program Guyz with a Z. I'm going to leave it at that this time instead of running him down. Mason, that's all I got. You good?
Love it. Yeah. Guys, check out the website. Mark, Ryan, producer Trevor have put in a ton of work on the website. It looks great. The content's great. Give it a shot. I promise it'll work out. It's really your one-stop shop for everything Program Guyz. I promise you it is. Go check it out.
That. I keep calling it a hub, and only Matt Gann likes that. So
I like it. I mean, I'll call it a hub if you want.
No, I like one-stop shop. I like one-stop shop a lot.
Matt Gann loves the hub. Matt Gann loves
Matt Gann loves the hub.
He does.
Put that on a t-shirt. All right, Mason.
All right, brother. Out. Keep pushing, baby.
3, 2, 1.
There's not one guy, one person in the history of this program that's bigger than the program.
What's better than this? Guys being